Most proposals these days don't lose to a competitor, they lose to indecision. Buyers aren't saying no, they're stalling. They're overwhelmed, unsure which package to choose, or afraid of making the wrong call. We analyzed over 1.3 million real proposal sessions to understand what actually works, what gets opened, what gets read, and what gets signed. Here are 13 key insights to help you write proposals that close the deal. Number 1. The clock starts ticking the moment you hit send. 82% of proposals that are going to be read get opened within the first hour. That drops to 48% by the 24-hour mark. After that, your chances keep falling, fast. Buyers who are serious tend to engage early. If they haven't opened the proposal within a day, it's no longer fresh in their mind. So don't sit back and hope. Follow up within 24 hours, while there's still a chance to recapture their attention. Number 2. 92% of proposals are opened. That sounds encouraging, but it's only the beginning. At this stage, buyers are already engaged. They want to understand what working with you looks like, how much it costs, and what happens next. So don't waste your first few slides recapping the entire sales journey. Get straight to what matters most to their decision. Number 3. Yes, most proposals get opened, but 31% of buyers bounce within the first 10 seconds. Another 15% drop off before a minute passes. That means your proposal has to win twice. First, create a sense of relevance with a personalized opening slide, name, logo, and a quick note. Then, keep them scrolling with strong visuals, pain points, and early value. Once you've done both, you've built enough trust to earn their time. This is what gets you to slides 4 and beyond, where you can finally dive into the details like pricing, timelines, and deliverables. But if you start with a wall of text or a slide full of buzzwords, there's a good chance they won't stick around long enough to see any of it. You don't need to front-load everything, just enough to make them want to keep reading your deck. Number 4. 82% of buyers who reach slide 4 finish the entire proposal. This means that your first 3 slides carry more weight than you think. This is where buyers decide if your proposal is worth their time. Remember that by the time they get your proposal, they've likely compared you to other vendors, browsed your product pages, and already have a favorite in mind. Don't repeat what they already know. Use the first few slides to speak directly to them and show that this proposal was built for their business. That means starting with a personalized cover slide and following up with a clear, unique value proposition and tailored outcome that reflects their goals or pain points. Number 5. If there's one thing that consistently drives better proposal performance, it's personalization. We saw a clear pattern. Proposals that included the recipient's name and logo had 12% more engagement. Add a short personal message, and that number jumps to 29%. Tailor a few slides to reflect their specific needs or priorities, and you got a 33% uplift. Do all 3, and you're looking at a 47% improvement. And then there's one small change that made a big difference, including a slide called What We've Heard From You. Just that one section, summarizing what they care about and what they've told you, boosted engagement by 31%. Still, only 11% of proposals had it. So if your proposal feels generic, it probably reads that way too. The bar is low, and that's your opportunity. Put in a little more effort than most, and you'll be miles ahead. Number 6. Before someone reads your proposal, they take in the first impression, and a short, thoughtful message at the top can change how they approach the rest of it. We saw that just adding a quick message at the top increased engagement by 13%. Include your photo, and it jumps to 24%. Add their logo too, and you're looking at 29% more engagement. It's simple, low effort, and it makes your proposal feel like it came from a real person, not a template. Number 7. The more people inside a company who read your proposal, the higher your chances of closing the deal. Across all proposals we analyzed, the average number of internal readers was 3.7. If only one person views your proposal, the deal is likely stalling. 2 readers suggest there's some interest, but it might not be moving forward just yet. When 3 or 4 people engage with it, you're gaining traction. And once 5 or more stakeholders read your proposal, close rates climb significantly. That's because B2B buying decisions rarely happen in isolation. Your proposal isn't just there to convince one person, it has to help them convince the rest of the team. Number 8. It's tempting to throw everything into your proposal, every feature, every benefit, every win. But when it comes to slide count, less really is more. The average proposal gets completed 38% of the time, but when proposals are kept under 10 slides, that number jumps to 43%. Go past 18 slides and you'll see engagement drop off fast. Why? Because by the time someone's reading your proposal, they've already seen your product pages and sat through your demo. They're not looking for more information. They're looking for clarity regarding your solution, pricing, or the process of working with you. You don't need to hit an exact number, but you do need to respect their time. Keep it tight. Focus on what matters most to the decision, and make every slide earn its place. Number 9. There's no one-size-fits-all formula for writing a great proposal, but the top-performing ones usually have a similar structure. Nearly all of them, 97%, include client logos. 93% have an About Us slide. A product or service overview shows up in 87%, while 73% include a pricing breakdown. Case studies or testimonials appear in 81% of top proposals, and 63% contain a timeline or implementation plan. But what's more surprising is what's often missing. Only 57% included clear next steps, just 17% had an ROI slide, and only 11% featured a What We've Heard From You slide, even though these are the very elements that help buyers make confident decisions. If you want your proposal to perform better, make sure it includes the essentials, and consider adding the slides most others skip. Number 10. Only 11% of proposals include a What We've Heard From You slide, but the ones that do see a 31% boost in engagement. This slide is simple. It shows you've listened and that your proposal reflects what the buyer actually cares about. Use it to recap their goals, highlight the challenges they mentioned, and connect those points directly to your offer. Think of it as a bridge between what they've told you and what you're presenting. It shows you've taken the time to understand their priorities and that you're willing to shape your offer around what they actually need. And in a crowded field of vendors who send the same generic decks, that level of relevance stands out. Number 11. 87% of buyers click on the pricing slide more than any other part of the proposal. It's not just about cost. They want to understand what they're getting, when it starts, and what's included. And they want it all to make sense without having to ask for clarification. But this is where many proposals fall short. Some bury pricing at the end, while others include vague or overly complex breakdowns that confuse more than clarify. If your pricing slide raises questions instead of answering them, you're making it harder to say yes. So make it easy to digest. Use clear labels, show the value of each option, and spell out what's next. Because by the time buyers get to this slide, they're not browsing, they're evaluating. And how you present pricing can tip the scale either way. Number 12. Calendar embeds work best at the top of the funnel, not the bottom. In proposals, they only gave an 11% lift in meetings booked. Compare that to 27% in brochures and 22% in pitch decks. At this stage, what buyers want is clarity. What happens next? What do they need to do? We found that proposals with a clear action step, like review and sign or confirm the timeline, converted 27% better than those ending with a vague thank you. The clearer and easier you make it for the buyer, the more likely they are to take action. Number 13. When a buyer is ready to sign, they move fast. 46% of accepted proposals are signed within the first 48 hours. 81% are signed within a week. After that, momentum fades, and your chances shrink quickly. This tells you two things. First, if someone's interested, they won't need much time. And second, if it's been a few days and there's silence, they've probably moved on. Many deals fall through because sellers assume no news means the buyer is still considering. But in reality, it often means the opportunity has already passed. So treat silence as a sign to act. Don't let a strong start go cold. Follow up, nudge the deal forward, and keep the conversation going before it drops off entirely. So there you have it, 13 data-backed lessons from more than 1.3 million real proposal sessions. These insights show exactly where to focus if you want your proposals to get opened, explored, and signed. If you're curious to learn more, head to our blog for in-depth guides on proposal writing, structure, and design. Or, if you're ready to apply what you've learned, explore our collection of interactive proposal templates. Each one is built with these exact principles in mind, and you can get started for free. Happy storytelling!